Good morning. Welcome to PJ Knits. Today is December 2nd, and this is a quick Vlogmas for you. Not something I'm going to do every day, but I thought today was a good day to just check in with you. I am on leave for some surgery that I had back in October, and I have 2 more weeks to go before I have to return. And so I am recovering just fine, and I'm just sitting here doing a lot of knitting. And it snowed last night in central Illinois, so there's a light snow on the ground that I can enjoy later. And right now, I am listening to my fake fire in the background via Netflix. And I am knitting on day 2 of my, what I'm calling my Advent calendar. I couldn't decide on what Advent calendars or Advent calendar I wanted to buy, so I didn't buy any. And I really didn't need any minis, but this morning, I've spent a little time, I'm watching Vlogmases on YouTube, and I love to see all the Vlogmases that are out there. This gives me a great period of time to watch them all because I'm just sitting around doing nothing. And so I'm finding some really cool ideas for Advent calendars, maybe next year to buy. And I'm just really enjoying watching all of the Vlogmases because I can right now, and that's what I'm doing, spending my morning. But I decided, since I did not get an Advent calendar purchased from anybody this year, that I would work on my Cozy Memories blanket, and that every day, early in the morning when it's quiet and I'm all by myself and nothing's going on and I don't feel the need to get moving and get dressed, I'd sit down and have a little cuppa, maybe turn the fire on and listen to it, and that I would do a square a day, so that at the end I would have 25 squares on my Cozy Memories blanket. So I'll just show you. This was yesterday's, and I put the start of it on a progress keeper that I got from Bed of Roses in a package that I bought. And I will just leave that on there for the duration so I know where I've started. And every day then I'm just going to add another one to my blanket. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll just keep growing, making a rectangle out of it as I go. So there's what I'm working on right now. So that's super, super fun, and I'm just housing it in a non-Christmas bag right now. I should get my Christmas bag out. I'll do that just for this. But I do like this one. This one's from Silver Shed USA. And the reason I like it is it has my little, I had her do one with a pocket on it. So I'll probably just leave it in here with my instructions. But then also there's a place for my little bag so that I got from Sun Valley Fibers from January Thaw, that I can snip my threads, and all of that is in there. So I'll probably just leave it in there and not do the Christmas one, but this is in the Silver Shed USA bag, which I just love her bag. So that's being housed in there. And this weekend seemed to me like all of a sudden I was feeling that in a couple of weeks I'll be going back to work, and that I maybe needed to finish some projects that were out there. But first I did some projects that I want to show you for gifts. And the first one is for our 3rd grandchild, Sweet Pea. Her birthday is actually Wednesday. She'll be a year old. But we're going over my first long trip, my foray out into the wild world other than the doctor's office, to celebrate her birthday next weekend. And so I made her a little hat. This is from DMC Top This, and several years ago I bought several of these kits. And so I made this one up, and I actually made this one up twice this weekend. The first one I did on a smaller needle and less stitches. And when I looked at it, it was like, there's no way that's going to fit her head. So I slept on it overnight, Thursday night. Friday night I got up. Friday morning I got up. ripped it all back out and knit her a new one in the toddler size. And the DMC website has this free pattern on here in several different sizes, goes all the way to adults. So I ripped it back out and did it. And when I did the second time around, it developed this chevron. And this is all one ball of yarn. And the funny thing about this is years ago I made one for our second grandchild, our grandson, Poppy, and I made one for him. And when I started in, I thought, I had this yarn. I hadn't read the label. And when I started knitting it, I saw this yarn, this white, and I'm like, oh, this is a flawed yarn. So I pulled that all out, threw it away, and then started knitting. And then I came upon it again, and I was like, pulled out the label, and it was like, there's 3 different kinds of yarn in this. That was supposed to be in, in that yarn. So anyway, I had enough for his hat. But when I looked at his hat that I had put on Ravelry, that it was a dog, I was like, his was way bigger than the first one I knit for Sweet Pea. So that's why I ripped it out. But anyway, so that's one of the hats that I knit this weekend for her gift. And then I had another one, and I had not, my assistant at work had a granddaughter last fall, early fall, late summer anyway, and I had not done anything for her. We'd been busy with those 40 cows, 40 months project, and so I thought, what the heck? I knew that the little girl, the room was kind of done in animals and things like that, so I knit her, also the same size, the monkey hat. And this is also out of the DMC. This one did not chevron, but it did have 3 different yarns. It has this little fuzzy and the variegated, and a little, maybe it would have chevroned if I started it a different way. So there was her little monkey thing. And then in keeping with that, I had started a blanket some time ago. And so I decided, this was I believe this is another DMC kit, but the DMC kits came with animals and yarn that you can make an afghan, but I didn't really care for the afghan, the yarn, the blanket yarn that was in the kits, but I really liked the animals that came with it. So I bought 2 of these, and I have given one away since with another blanket. And then I also finished a blanket because I wanted to get things done. And so this is going to be part of that baby gift too. And it's a little bit big. The yarn is chunky. And so I put it in this little animal for her, which I just thought was adorable and will go wonderful in her bedroom. And the yarn goes really well with it too. Like I said, the blanket, I finished it this weekend. And it's a chunky yarn. So when I go back to work, she'll have a baby gift. So I thought that was super fun. So I was in this one, I had been knitting on forever. And I was on and off about whether I would give it to her, give it as a baby present, or if it would go to hospice, but I decided this is a perfect baby gift that I will give to her when I return. So I have those things. And then I got in this wild thought that why not pull out something for me for Christmassy? And we talked on our podcast a couple of weeks ago, Debbie and I, and she was working on her Nice Capades by Corey Eichelberger out of the Minnesota 52 book. And I thought, you know, I am really to my yoke on mine as well. And wouldn't it be nice to be able to wear this at Christmas time? And since I have a couple of weeks, I pulled mine out. And I am currently knitting on it. I'm at the yoke. I'm ready to do some of the decreases. And then I'll put in my snowflakes as well, hopefully, in the next couple of weeks. There's several things that I want to be knitting on right now, but I'm going to work on this today again. So I'm really in the mood to finish projects that I have on needles in my, that I put out for while I was off. And so I'm kind of stoked to see how far I'll get. So anyway, there is not a whole lot of Christmas decorations here in Shea PJ Knits because I can't get upstairs or downstairs to get them without help. But I'm I'm hopeful in the next couple of weeks we will. So that is it for today, for December 2nd. I hope you're having a wonderful start to the December and enjoying the season. And I am so very happy today to be coming to you. Have a great day. Knit on with confidence and hope.